Best of Donegal. The smell is sensational.
The friendliness of meeting people, you know. If you don't enjoy that, you should be at someone else.
Cheers, Joe.
The last tweed hat manufacturer in Ireland, so it's a very unique thing.
That is delicious.
It's been in the family for a couple of 100 years.
Whatever they're doing it right. My name's Cassie Stokes. I'm an Irish content creator. I travel all around the country finding the best pubs, restaurants, views for everyone to enjoy. This is the best of Donegal. I'm currently in Donegal Town. It's my first time here. Every time I come to Donegal, I end up making a new friend. People in Donegal are just the most friendly people ever. They're amazing. The views and some of the best beaches in the whole country. And it almost feels untouched up here because it's not as easy to get to. But when you do get here, you'll just have the most wonderful time. So here's the best of South Donegal. What is the best pub in Donegal?
I would have to say the Forge Bar.
The Forge.
The Forge, lovely. Aaron, do you agree?
I would say the Forge.
Best pub in Ireland. A 300-year-old pub on the oldest street in Donegal Town. And you guys have recommended this a lot, and I'm finally here. It's the Forge. The smell of the fire as well straight away. So the fire is always lit, Joe?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Every night, like.
Every day? Yeah. And do you open every day of the week?
Can't open Sunday because it's a 60 licence.
Oh, okay.
One of the few is left in Ireland. I have one of them, so I can't open on Sundays.
But that's okay, you get the day off.
The day off, I'm quite happy about
Okay,
it.
that's fine. And the history of the pub, so how old is this building?
The actual building must be up to 300 years old because this is the oldest street in town.
Okay.
This is the first street built in this town. Like.
Yeah.
There used to be a grocery shop at the front there. Like. That's the original bar counter. That's the original shop counter, the lower down one.
Yeah.
It went down to the window, you know. I changed this when I came in here. This was closed up.
Okay.
When I came in. Like,
Oh, so
it was derelict.
it was derelict. Wow. What do you love about this pub?
You know, I mean, I created it, so you know yourself when you do something like that, you just kind of like
It's all yours.
everything about it, you know.
Yeah.
Well, that there's.
Yeah.
That's be 70 or 80 years old, that.
So cool. People who think they know everything are a great annoyance to those of us who do. And did you decorate all these walls and stuff?
Yeah.
So
all those newspapers, they were under the carpet upstairs. So they're original. I picked them up. They're from 1961 and came in
yeah,
big in
look at
that.
that. Yeah, 1964 up here.
Yeah.
And they're actually in such great condition
They
as
are
well.
in great condition, yeah. That's it.
Thank you, Joe.
You're starting early.
Yeah, I've made myself comfortable. Cheers, Joe. What makes a good pub for you?
Well, first thing, good beer, good Guinness. The first thing, you know. Atmosphere, the friendliness of meeting people, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
If you don't enjoy that, you should be at someone else.
Yeah, exactly. Perfect.
Definitely.
Thanks.
And patient.
And patience from both sides of the bar. Joe, what a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome.
That was the Forge. Joe, what a legend. And what a lovely pub. Every time I go into a pub in Donegal, they blow me away. I just think they have some of the best pubs in the whole country. If you liked that pub, I think you'll enjoy these too. Now, I normally talk about older pubs with a bit more history, but I have to say this pub blew me away. It's relatively new, and it's one of the best in Donegal. It's called McCaffertys, and it's like a little pub town inside. I honestly think there's a pub for everyone in here. I have to show you, so let's do a little walk around. This little bar was my favourite one. It's called Sonny's. Even just like looking down there, isn't that cool? The telephone box is a signature piece that they always have in their pubs. On the weekend, I've heard it's rammed in here, so it's a very busy town. It's unbelievable. Best restaurants in Donegal Town. Now, there's two places right beside each other. Just behind me here, you have Blueberry. They're tea rooms and restaurants, so you can get your coffee in there in the morning, have your lunch, and then also I heard dinner is wonderful in there. And this place here, the Olde Castle, the restaurant is meant to be incredible. There's also a bar on the left-hand side. I think you can eat in the bar too. So these two places right beside each other, which is very handy. And they're just stunning buildings from the outside, aren't they? Another restaurant in Donegal Town that comes highly recommended is the Harbour. The food is apparently delicious. Dillon, the cameraman, is actually going there for his Christmas Eve, which is nice. What's the best restaurant?
For me, the Harbour restaurant in Donegal Town.
The best roast beef I've ever had was in Castle Grove Hotel, yeah.
Delicious. Where's the Castle Grove Hotel?
It's just outside Letterkenny as well.
Okay.
The Lemon Tree.
Lemon Tree?
Yeah.
What's that?
Champur, the Indian in Donegal Town.
Lovely, so it is.
Apparently the best in Ireland.
Yeah, it's beautiful. So never bad meal.
The Thatch, maybe in Glenties.
Okay,
The
lovely.
Thatch in Glenties is really, really good chef in there now as well. So they're producing really good quality stuff.
We've got a good few places to eat around the square and get coffee in the morning. This place behind me is a local favourite, Simple Simon's. I've been told coffee's wonderful and the food is delicious. Really nice fresh food. I'm currently in the Diamond in Donegal Town. If you are familiar with Donegal, you will know exactly where I am. There's a few coffee spots around here which are great. We were actually just given hot chocolates and coffees by Little Mama's. They do ice cream as well. It was very nice. Thank you, Little Mama, for this. You have McBrew. This is a newer coffee place. It's also on the Diamond. There's actually loads of spots just even within this 100 metres to get yourself a nice coffee. Next up, we're going to one of the most famous pubs in the whole country. Anytime I say I'm coming to Donegal, there's probably about 100 people that mention this place. And it's just a 5-minute drive. So let's go. This place behind me has been voted best restaurant and pub in Ireland. Biddy O'Barnes in Donegal. I'm finally here, so I'm going to go inside, try some of the food and have a look at the pub. Here we go. How old is the pub?
Over 150 years.
150
Yeah,
years.
so about 1870
Okay.
is the earliest we can kind of find. Okay, so this is the original old bar. That's the original old fire. This was actually where they served from originally.
Okay, so-
So it was just this square room. There was no bar there at
Yeah.
all. So they served from here. This would have been a wall.
Food-wise, what's the most popular thing?
Like any pub, fish and chips, burger, they're going to be your most
Right.
popular.
Okay.
And they're your bread and butter.
Yeah, amazing.
And then on Sundays we do roasts.
So if anyone is here, plan your trip to Donegal to be here for a Sunday roast. 'Cause
Yes.
a lot of people have talked
Yeah,
about
the
that
feather blade of
roast.
beef.
And what do you love about the pub?
I just love the people. Yeah, I think it's kind of hard to describe. People can say atmosphere, ambiance, or whatever, but there's just something about it that people gravitate towards, and the history I love. But yeah, the people that you meet and talk to, and you're just random conversations over the last 10 years have been good. So, and it's obviously part of Aaron's family history. So
Lovely.
it's nice.
This was in your family for
Since 1990.
since 1990. Okay.
So these are all hens and stags,
Wow.
so they would come take their photos.
My God.
Yeah,
Look at this. A corridor full of hens and stags. This place, Biddy O'Barnes, comes so highly recommended as a pub and a restaurant. And most people who suggested this place, which is over 200 people, also said, get the chowder. So I have to get the seafood chowder, which looks sensational. What other places do a great chowder? Let me know in the comments. That is delicious. The pub is incredible. And then I saw that there was a Christmas toastie on the menu, so I had to get that too. And the chowder is sensational. Well, that was an amazing pub. The chowder, thank you so much for recommending it. It was sensational. Gorgeous restaurant and pub. If you're in Donegal, I understand why you guys recommended that so many times. It's fabulous. Best hats in Ireland. We're going to go inside here to see how these hats are made. They're all handmade right here at Hanna Hats, and this is the last remaining tweed hat manufacturer here in Ireland. So this is really special, and these hats are shipped all over the world.
So it all started with my grandfather, David Hanna. He was actually an orphan in Belfast, and when he turned 16, he cycled from Belfast down to Donegal Town. He's seen an apprentice tailorship job.
Okay.
So he started it with a man called Michael McDade, Mr.
Yeah.
McDade in Donegal Town. He did that for like 2 years, and then unfortunately Mr. McDade passed away, and my grandfather continued on tailoring, and that's kind of how it all started very quickly. I love it. So it's me and my sister Eleanor running the business now.
And your hats are sold
All over
around
the world. Yeah. America is probably our biggest market. Probably about 70% of things we make in here all goes to the United States.
There's a famous face that I saw in one of your hats, Patrick Dempsey.
Yeah.
Is he one of your models, or how did that come about?
That was actually a funny one. He must have purchased or bought a Hanna hat,
Yeah.
some random shop or website. He actually posted about us on his Instagram, and ever since then he's been kind of liking and commenting on our platform. So yeah, we're happy out. So this is where all the ladies work. We have around 11 machinists. Everything's hand stitched here, so it's very unique. As you can see, I'm going to grab one of these. Everything's cut on this machine down here. So this is just an old vintage cap blade. very simple. It just comes down, presses it out,
Okay, yeah.
and gives you the pattern.
So we've just done the print
Yeah.
for the hat. So this is the flat cap.
That's the flat cap. So that'll be like the body. There's 3 main components: the body, the front, and the peak. And it's all assembled by the team on the factory floor.
This is so cool. Best restaurant in Donegal. Well, everyone from Donegal would say this is the best restaurant in Ireland. It's the Rusty Mackerel. And I'm finally here. It's a windy day. How old is this pub?
So this pub was established in 1892.
Oh, amazing.
So well over a century. So the Rusty Mackerel name actually originates from when they used to catch the mackerel. They used to put them in the barrels, and all the kind of the juices and the oils would actually soak the barrel and give that kind of like rusty look.
Okay, cool.
Hence the name, the Rusty Mackerel.
Lovely. Okay, so people come in for the pub and then they also come in for a bit of food. What's the most popular thing on the
The
menu?
most popular thing on the menu would probably be the fish and chip. Nice big fresh haddock.
Okay, lovely.
Probably comparable with the Rusty Mackerel itself.
Okay, you have a rusty mackerel
We have a
dish. So
rusty
what's that?
mackerel dish.
I'm thinking one. Which one should we get? The shot of
Definitely the rusty mackerel.
The rusty mackerel.
Definitely
Okay,
the rusty
amazing.
mackerel.
Yeah.
Where we are in the heart of kind of Teelan, just outside Carrick, we're very seasonal as well.
Okay.
So we're very lucky that we're at the foothills of Slieve League Cliffs, which are the highest sea cliffs in the whole of Europe.
And you have like the turf fire
Turf
and
fires.
everything.
Turf fire. That
can
fire
feel
goes
the warmth when you come
365 days a year. That fire goes.
Lovely.
Yeah, that's amazing.
It's always a nice touch when they do the printing on top of the Guinness, the rusty mackerel. So happy to finally be here because I can't tell you how many people have said this is the best restaurant. Oh, and I just got their rusty mackerel dish. Look at that. The smell is sensational. Fabulous. You can also stay the night here, so you can kind of do everything. Come out here, stay the night, eat, drink, and climb Slieve League. What an experience. Okay, on to the next thing. We're going to Adara. Adara. Okay, so is this the front door here?
Yeah, so this is well, we call this the side door, but
Nice.
so this would be the front door. When it started, like way back in the day, like before my dad's generation even, it was just a table on this side, and this side where the fire is was actually, there was another counter here, and this side was a hardware shop. So it was just whiskey by the nip, potching from under the counter, and bottles of Guinness, and that was it. It's been in the family for a couple of 100 years, so this bit that we're in now is the oldest bit. That room next door, we call, like on our order books, we call that the butcher shop, because it used to be the butcher shop.
Okay.
Hidden behind the dresser there's another doorway that would have gone into my grandmother's old kitchen, so my Nana Margaret. The famous things, especially stuff that's carried on, was Mum's seafood chowder.
Okay, so
So
I've
it's-
heard of this is
Yeah.
the famous seafood chowder.
So Mum's chowder,
Yeah.
oysters, that would be the big thing that people
Okay.
would come back for, and people would have big memories of that here within there. Like that's why they come to Nancy's, is for
Yeah.
pints of cream, oysters, chowder. And then this would have been the good room, what we would have called the Christmas room. This room would have been, don't come in here with sticky fingers.
Yeah.
But it was always, the Christmas tree was there in the corner, and this was where you come in for like a Christmas drink, or
Yeah.
if Christmas visitors came.
Amazing.
When it was my Nana's place. This room down here actually used to be a bottling hall, and my grandfather used to bottle all the Guinness for the town in here. Basically, Guinness would deliver the casks here, and
Yeah.
my granddad bottled it, and every pub in the town had their own custom label. Like somebody left a note, but there's some notes in there that we found. So like these two young ones came with their parents, and they wrote about how much they loved the soup and the burger that they had. And then they came back when they were like late teens, like early 20s, and they added to it again. And then she came back and she got engaged here, and then they came back just after their wedding. And there's like a 15-year span of finding the same note and adding on to it. So there's so many little magical ones like that. I don't know, it's just something a wee bit magic
Yeah.
about it. Like.
I love that. Okay, so I love it. Stunning. They're so lovely. It's actually like a pub in a house. Food isn't on at the moment, but that gives me a good excuse to come back because I have to try their famous chowder. All of you spoke about this chowder. Okay, let's go back to Donegal Town. Anyone that knows me knows I love an Italian restaurant, especially an Italian restaurant in a town. And this place, Laella Donna, came so highly recommended. The smell when you walk in here is absolutely delicious. Well, you've got a pizza, obviously. It's all incredible. The Real Inn. This is one of the best loved traditional Irish pubs in Donegal Town. I've heard it's a great place for a trad session. It's also right next door to Laella Donna, so go for dinner, then pop in here for a drink, before and after. The Olde Castle bar. Now this place was recommended as a restaurant. It was actually one of the most recommended restaurants. We're going into the bar, but next time I think I'll come back and try the restaurant. Okay, where's the best beach?
Oh, Yarn Beach. It's the best.
I would go with Merva or Inver Beach.
Rosnala, I think it's got more waves. Yeah.
Rosnila, best beach, but Creevy Pier is the best, I'd say.
Silverstrand. Silverstrand won best beach in Europe actually this year.
We're in Ballyshannon in Donegal because I've heard about 2 pubs here that are meant to be wonderful. One opens once a week, every Saturday. Another opens only once a month. And today we're very lucky because the owners are going to give us a look around, which is very exciting. So we'll start with McIntyres, best pub in Ireland. This pub behind me here in Donegal only opens up once a month. So if you get in here, you should consider yourself very, very lucky. Also, it opens up for trad sessions, which is extra special. Your pub only opens up, what is it, once a month?
Once a month, yeah, third Saturday of the month, so it does, for a trad session. And it's been going on for the last 30 years, this trad session. We open now if there's festivals in the town or if there's stuff going on in the town, we'll open for them, just, for a bit of crack.
Once a month?
Yeah.
So the third Saturday. So this pub has been in your family since?
Grandfather bought it in 1941.
Yeah.
He died in 1948 and my grandmother took it over. She was the Ballantee until the 80s and then my father took it over. And then after COVID, I've kind of taken it on. We know the building goes back to 1835 at least because William Manningham writes in his diaries that it was his granny's house. So it was there for at least then, but that's our records go back. This is the pub. This is the inside bar. We call this the inside bar. So we do, this is where the magic happens. Trad music happens down here.
Cool. And you were saying that's your dad's fiddle? Then?
Yeah, and that's my dad's fiddle. He doesn't put it away, so he doesn't.
It just sits on the table.
Yeah, and all the paintings in the place are my dad's as well.
Oh, really?
Dad paints. Yeah. So that's dad. Dad did that. And this is the outside bar. This was the kitchen in the house when my granny had it. And again, these are all dad's paintings.
Aside from your once a month, you open up when there's festivals.
Folk Festival and Rory Gallagher Festival, and then there's a couple of arts festivals in the town. We'll open for them and put on things for them,
Okay, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Do you rent this out? So let's say if I want to throw a party here.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we'll open for parties, private parties. We'll let people have the run of the place.
If you want your own pub for the night, you can rent out McIntyres. That's pretty impressive. Ballyshannon.
Yeah.
The oldest town in Ireland.
Yeah, the oldest town in Ireland, yeah. Tuatha De Danann arrived down at the port down there. They were the first settlers in Ireland. So my dad did this during COVID just to relieve a bit of boredom, and it's all the landmarks of Ballyshannon. There's 17 landmarks, and if you can name them all, we give you a free pint. There's not too many that have ever got it, but that's where we're going to go next, the Thatch.
Best pub in Ireland. This place is in the oldest town in Ireland. It opens once a week. A lot of you told me about it, and I was lucky enough that the owners were able to bring me up, Benny and Mary. This is the Thatch in Ballyshannon. So does it open every Saturday?
It's certainly every Saturday during the summer. It's open when we have tours during the week.
Okay, lovely. So how old is the building?
All I know is it's
Very old.
Very old. Fair.
It's a thatched roof.
There's somebody now who's, I'm sure he's about 80, and he said his grandparents lived here.
Okay, definitely old. Very old, as Ben says.
This was the store.
Okay.
This bar here, that's the door to get in. That window there was the door to get out. That was the kitchen.
Yeah.
That was the parlour.
Yeah.
There was the stairs there. Yeah. And that was there all the time. And there was a door there. And that was the size of the bar.
Wow, that's amazing. For accommodation here in Donegal Town, I stayed in Dillon's family's Airbnb, so I can put that on screen. You can get in touch with them. It's just outside the town, very close. Or here's a list of a few other places that came recommended. That's the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. I think I could spend half a year in Donegal and still not get to all of the pubs. The people are just incredible. I had the best time. If you've any places that we need to visit, let me know in the comments. And where should we go next? Also, let me know in the comments. And thank you so much for watching. And Merry Christmas. I'm going home.